What up, though? I'm Ross. Congress is working on a deal that might fatten your tax refund if you got kids. Let's get into this article. Child tax credit is back from the dead. Okay. As usual, I'll just hit the highlights of the article. I will leave a link. I don't want to read the whole thing. But this is out of the New Republic. So leaders of the tax writing committees in the House and the Senate are working on a deal to expand the existing child tax credit in exchange for extending certain business tax credits, including popular credits related to research and development that expired at the end of 2022. So basically what they're saying is, and I'll give it to you by my understanding in layman's terms, Democrats want to give a child tax credit out. They want to increase the child tax credit. I think right now it's at $2,000. In 2021, it was up to $3,600 for kids under 5, I think it was. And the Republicans want to do a deal where the businesses get these tax breaks on research and development. And I think there was something to do with some type of depreciation, how they calculate the depreciation. I don't know. But they want to give a tax break to the businesses. So basically, the Republicans are saying, well, we might give you the child tax credit if you give us these business breaks. So that's what's going on here. Punchbowl News reported on Tuesday that the tax deal on the table may end up in the $50 to $80 billion range. A source familiar with negotiations told me that the leaders of the Senate Finance Committee and the House and Ways and Means Committee had not yet agreed to a final number, but that it would likely be a multi-year deal rather than making the credits permanent. So again, they'll do it for a couple of years, and then they'll do this whole thing over again. The amount of the credit increased to $3,000. So the expanded credit went into effect on July 15, 2021, with 3 fundamental changes for the pre-existing policy. So this is back during the COVID era when they increased it. So the amount of credit increased to $3,000 for children between the ages of 6 to 18, and to $3,600 for children aged 5 and under in households earning up to a certain threshold. It was also dispersed in monthly installments rather than a lump sum issued during the tax filing season, a move that helped poor Americans to address some of their most pressing financial needs, such as rent and food costs. So basically, they juiced up the Child Credit Act. They gave people that had kids more money. The most significant change to the credit, however, was a provision commonly known as full refundability, which allowed parents who owed little or no income tax to receive the credit. Prior to the American Rescue Plan Act, that was the act that ushered all this in during COVID, the child tax credit was not fully available for households that had no or extremely low income. So basically, what they're saying, before COVID, you didn't get the child tax credit if you didn't pay in, right? If I paid more than $2,000 into the system, then I get that back if I have a kid. If you have low income, you didn't pay any taxes, then you're not getting any money back, at least before. Then when they did the COVID expansion, everybody got it. So even if you hadn't paid into the taxes, you're still going to get that credit. And that's what they're trying to bring back to the table now. This is by no means done deal. They're just talking about it. Are they going to get something done? I don't know. I would think during an election year, they have about 2 weeks to get it done because tax filing starts at the 29th, I think, the end of January. So they got maybe 2 weeks to get it done. I don't know. Do they get it done? It seems like there's a lot of leaks coming out that's saying they're going to get it done. So I'm thinking they're probably pretty optimistic if all these people, if they're giving out all this information. Most of these leaks are manufactured and constructed anyway. So I'm guessing if they're letting all these leaks out and all this information out, they're pretty close to a deal at some point. It is an election year. Everybody wants to look like a hero. The Republicans have something to gain because the businesses, the Microsofts and the Boeings and those big type of companies are looking for these tax breaks. And obviously, Americans with kids want money in their money refunded back to them too. So it looks like, is that a win for the country? Is that a win for us economically? I don't know so much. We really can't afford it. And they don't know where they're going to pay for this bill from, by the way. They're probably going to just print the money like they do every other thing. But at any rate, tell me what you think. Do you think this is a good thing? Is it a bad thing? Do you stand to gain or lose if they enact this? And do you think they'll get it done? They got 2 weeks to get it done. So once again, my name is Ross. If you got any value out of this video, consider clicking like. If this is not your first time with me, if this is not your first video with me, consider subscribing. Peace.